Thank you, Debolina ma'am, for this interview and accepting our request. I'm really very happy and honored and privileged to have you here. Your experience of case writing and research paper writing is going to be very helpful for our listeners. I'm sure they are going to learn a lot from you. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for calling me and inviting me to talk on this.
It's a pleasure, ma'am.
I saw a Facebook post wherein you mentioned about your 4 years long journey, including multiple rejections, painstaking work, frustrating reviews, and many other things. And finally, it came as a category publication.
How was the feeling? So it's really, I felt it very nice. So what was it for you?
I think I was fortunate to have a guide and a mentor who literally pushed me towards the limit. Mm-hmm. I see many of my peers and other researchers do the easy and convenient, which is let's go with a B or a C category publication. And my guide and my mentor, he would refuse to let me even think B or C category. He would say, we will start with A.
I know Professor Shishant very well.
And so he would say, you aim for the stars, you'll at least land on the moon. And with that, he said, we will prepare a paper which is at least of an A standard. Now, the first time we sent one paper to one of the top A journals, we got a revise and resubmit, very excited about it, worked on it, sent it back, got a second revise and resubmit. Excitement level goes up a little bit more, thinking, okay, second revise and resubmit, our probability of clearing the gate is improving. Send it back, get a third revise and resubmit, and the hope is increasing here. And then we get a fourth revise and resubmit, and effectively the corrections suggested in the fourth one were very minor. And anybody and everybody I talked to said, fourth revise and resubmit, it's a guaranteed, you're like, it's a dunk slam, you're definitely getting through. And then we got the reject.
Oh my God.
And that was 2 years, four revise and resubmits over a period of 2 years, and I was crushed.
I can imagine the feeling.
And it was hugely frustrating. And the mentor who continues to inspire you and give you hope, and he would not, and also I don't believe in giving up, and so we said, okay, no, we're not going to let go. And so we've worked on another paper, and this time after one revise and resubmit, it went through. So yes, but that 2-year journey where with 4 revise and resubmits, I think the learning that I got was phenomenal. I think the learning that I got through that process was much more than I got in my whole FPM coursework. And I mean, it's like, you cannot learn to swim unless you get into the water.
So what excited me in that post was that research cycle you mentioned about. Read, write, rinse and repeat. 4 steps. 4 years, and then A category publication is out. I'm so happy about it, and congratulations once again for that.
Thank you.
And you've authored a lot of cases, 11 cases I can see in the list. Tell me about the best case you have.
I'm a practitioner, and having come from the industry, I think case writing was something that I took to far easier than research writing. When I started my FPM, with that publish or perish adage, it was easier for me to start with cases because you have that experience of industry which you can bring into case writing. Among my cases, I think, so there are 3 which are really close to me. There is one case which I've written on compensation design. It got published, I think, in 2016. Now, compensation design is something which is pretty much a white space in the case repository. You're not going to find too many cases out there. And most of them tend to focus only on a very narrow genre of either incentive design or, a little bit on the reward perspective. But this case that I have written, and it's got a full Excel file. The case is very simple. It's just, I think, 8 pages. It's a very simple, small case to read. But the attached Excel, if you have to solve it, It is, you have the compensation companies in industry like the, Hay and Mercer and Aon Hewitts and all that. They do this course over 6 months and give you a certification, and whatever they teach in that is taught in this one case.
Wow.
If you understand that case, and so that case is really close to me. I think it's a very powerful way to teach how does compensation design happen in organizations, how are hierarchies built, how are jobs evaluated, how are merit increases done, how do you do the change management from an unstructured salary structure to a very structured. So that's one case which I'm very, like I said, I'm personally very proud of. I think it's one of my best work. Last year in the IB competition, got the award for the best case on talent analytics. But yes, I mean, do I feel that that's something which is, it's really got to teach a lot? But I know it's like saying, 2 children and which one do you like more? But I think I have a soft corner for that compensation case.
Okay.
While this one, the jury found it to be the best case in HR domain, and so yeah, that's a matter of pride. The third one, which I was pleasantly surprised to find, it's been cited as a popular case on the HBS site, is a case on predictive analytics and machine learning, which is on it's in Harvard as a popular case. So obviously it's must be doing well in terms of numbers and the number
I'm
of
sure.
clients. So these are the 3 cases which I think. So I have some of these cases which I'm like really, really happy about. Another case which is very popular, which is on talent acquisition metrics and building quality of hire. So that's also that's on the recruitment space. So yeah, some of these cases have worked out well.
Okay. So for the benefit of our audience, could you please help us understand that what is the process of writing a case? So how an author can begin the thought of writing a case. So what's the process?
See, fundamentally a case has to, apart from a good story, has to have a business problem. I think as an author you need to be very clear what's the business problem that you're talking about. 1 or 2 or maximum 3 things that you're trying to get the class to take a decision on. So cases are decision making tools. And so you need to present the whole story and present the context, and that's what you do through the case. And you end the case with the business problem and the decision which is required to be taken, and right. So that's what you do through the case. So if you faced business problems, or if you think there are contextual business problems which the students need to understand how to handle, case methodology is a methodology which helps them sort of come out with solutions without actually making mistakes in the real world. So it's as close to the real world as they can get in a student case, right? And so you can't, if you were just writing a good story, that would be a magazine article.
Yeah.
So you need to be able to think through and say that, here is a business problem, and what's the question that we're asking the students to answer. So if you have that clarity, I think the case flows well.
Okay. So because you have been working in the corporate sector and a very long and lengthy time frame, how do you manage your time to write cases, to write research papers?
See, when I went to do my FPM, the intent was so that there was a passion that I wanted to go and teach. Before that, I had never written anything in my life. I have not written a blog. I have not, the only thing that I used to write were inland letters in the good old days to my in-laws. That is about all the writing I've ever done. So I didn't know that I could write. Joined the FPM process, and writing is a necessity part of, publishing is important, and so this pressure to publish, I started with case writing.
Okay.
I was pleasantly surprised to find that I could write cases, and then more interestingly, they were getting published. It was a huge high.
Okay.
And somewhere I think in that journey, the passion for teaching took a back seat, and the passion for writing emerged.
Okay.
Goethe, the German philosopher, said that our passions are our true phoenixes. Out of the ashes of the old emerges the new. And so when the transformation, it's not that I don't want to teach, it's probably that given my time, whatever little spare time I have, I try and make sure that I invest in that time for my research work and publications.
So because research is a long journey, so how do you handle yourself in terms of emotions and that loneliness?
I don't think it's lonely for me, but yeah. So, well, I meditate every day. I exercise every day. That's my me time. It's also, all the great endorphins and everything keeps me healthy, all of that stuff. But I make time for that. It keeps me centered.
Great.
And yeah, it gives me my energy. So I maybe be a little harsh here, but I don't believe, because each one of us has 24 hours in a day.
Yes.
And sometimes it might mean sacrificing an hour of sleep, or sacrificing, some non-value adding activities. See, the easy and fun is what it is. It's easy and fun, but easy and fun is not going to get you
what you want.
Absolutely. Right? So, are you able to, delay your gratification? You know that that classic marshmallow test example, right? The study of delayed gratification. So people who are able to delay their gratification obviously do better. And so, if they are able to manage their time better, prioritize what's really important and essential or fun, those are the people that probably manage to do all of the stuff that they want to do. If every researcher or every PhD student has a clarity of what they hope to get out of it, I think then they would be able to then focus their energies on what is really important for them, right? Because if they're seeing the PhD process as just as a means, let's say, of getting a job,
possible,
right? With the job, depends on which institute you're associated with, there are those associated obligations of publishing, and if you don't enjoy it, don't do the PhD. Find something that you really enjoy, because something that you really enjoy, you will make the time for.
I understand. I'm sure I got the understanding about everything, and I also got the message that everything you can keep aside and focus on what you are doing. So I'm sure this is the message for the scholars as well, the potential scholars. There are so many things parallel going, but still you are able to do so many things in your life.